Welcome back to the news at 10. As part of efforts to recover more stolen funds stashed abroad, the federal government is to sign a tripartite agreement for the repatriation of $321 million in looted assets. The pact is to be signed with the island of New Jersey and the United States government at the three-day meeting of the United States-Nigeria Binational Commission in Washington, D.C. At that meeting, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, is expected to sign on behalf of the Nigerian government. A statement from the office of the AGF says Mr. Malami left the country on Sunday to attend the annual meeting aimed at reviewing the bilateral relationship and advancing mutual interest in all diplomatic areas between Nigeria and the U.S. According to the minister, the meeting is not an ad hoc event for addressing impromptu concerns, but a friendly binational meeting devoid of intervening concerns or relating to the internal affairs of the two countries. Besides the Justice Minister, the Nigerian government delegation includes the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, the Minister of Defense, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The new value-added tax rate of 7.5% as contained in the recently signed finance bill has taken effect from February the 1st, 2020. The new tax regime is, however, taking its toll on businesses in the Federal Capital Territory as consumers are complaining of a hike in the prices of goods. Channels Television takes a look at how it has affected patronage of goods and services.
It's another business day for Mr. Osinachi Christopher. But obviously, it is not business as usual. The implementation of the 7.5% value-added tax has commenced, and it is affecting his business. Few customers are on hand to buy goods.
Before now, we said this one 6,000 per pack. Now it's 7,000. You know why? Because the clearing agents have increased their prices. Now, when you ask them, they will tell you that government have increased VAT and tax. Our own, where it affects us directly is maybe the bank. You understand? Because you expect us to return it, VAT and tax, to the government from what they source from the bank. So the prices have changed. But this one, because it's old stock, the prices remain the same. We can't increase 10% because our customers, they will still complain. They will tell you, you still have old stock. We are facing a lot of challenges in this business. They still tell you that you have old stock, that these ones are new. You will explain and bring the receipt of the date of the arrival of the goods to prove to them that, yes, these ones are new. If not, they'll be telling you that your stock, you have old stock, you should maintain the old price.
Ms. Seun Olowokere is a fashion designer. She's in this shop to pick items for the task ahead. But there is a challenge. There is a slight increase in prices owing to an increment in the VAT rate to 7.5%. This will in turn lead to an increase in the prices of her dresses.
This length, we buy it for 8,000, but now they say it's 9,000 naira. So definitely, if I will call myself, I'm not a consumer, I make for consumers, the direct people that wear it, it will also affect them because the prices I will have to add it up to my price. So there's no way the increment in VAT will not affect everyone because it's going to affect we that we make the clothes and it's also going to affect the customers as well.
The VAT increase is also affecting the patronage of books and stationery, from Mr. Ugumbo Onyawa.
It's affecting my business because now the things that we're supposed to sell, like let's say this small board here, that we're supposed to sell like 4,000 is now 5,500. You get, so all our goods are increasing. We have to add the VAT. And by adding the VAT, you see a lot of people that came to buy with the motive of buying the previous price. They will meet the latest price, which is unbearable.
On January 13, 2020, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the finance bill into law, which grants approval for the increase of the value-added tax from 5% to 7.5%, with the hope that revenues generated will be used to provide infrastructure for the people.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's BISI ADEBAYO.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks, Ijeoma. The Chief Executive Officer of FMDQ Securities Exchange, Mr. Bola Onodele Koko, has clarified how the central bank is managing the separation of Nigeria's treasury bills market from the open market operations of the financial regulator. Speaking on our Business Morning program earlier today, the Securities Exchange Chief explained that the financial market regulator needs to expand its role.
You have a central bank that is willing to listen after the action is taken, and I think that is what we've seen in this respect, where the central bank governor accommodated us to us now reacted to the policy. They're not going to change the policy, but to say, okay, how can we support it? And there were, letters written out by the central bank under this OMO bills issue to address it. FMDQ also supported with the market players, of course, some communication, because some people offshore did not understand. They got advices that read treasury bills, and later they were told what they were in the custody was OMO bills. It was the market that made all these things fungible. But I think we're being able to address it, and the relics of the issues will also be willing to take to the central bank, because people that bought treasury bills that now want to sell, that believe they bought treasury bills, the treasury bills rate are like below 6%, and they will want to access that. So the central bank may have to play that role, because they will not want to sell it at OMO. And we have to think of the credibility of the market and the integrity of the market. So for so many of them that have the advices that printed treasury bills, and the banks have now seen, or the custodian is saying, but exactly what you have is OMO bills, we may need to take them to the central bank. And the central bank has said it will be willing to support, just to ensure that, everything goes smoothly.
After 28 years of operation, SYSTEMSPECS, a foremost provider of innovative payment and human capital solution, has unveiled its new logo, a new product called paylink.ng, as well as its new corporate headquarters. The managing director of the company, John Obaro, says the unveiling demonstrates the organization's commitment to generating fresh and innovative ideas.
Guests arrived at SYSTEMSPECS' new corporate headquarters on Chief Yusufu Abiodun Oniru Road, Victoria Island, Lagos. The board, management and staff of the organization are in a celebratory mood as they count their blessings after 28 years of operation. The board chairman shares one of the company's success secrets.
Innovation is the factor that runs through everything we do. If we find ourselves going for 1 month, 2 months without something new coming up, we begin to feel that life is not the same anymore.
A sense of newness beckons, and with open arms, SYSTEMSPECS welcomes an evolution. 3 great strides all wrapped up in one pack: a new logo, a new product, and a new office.
Our logo is now in all black because we are black and proud. We do not want any confusion as to our identity. We have come up with a product called paylink.ng. It's a simple way for every individual, every MSME, every SME, every church, every organization, NGO, to receive money without giving people your account number.
The new corporate headquarters of SYSTEMSPECS.
The General Overseer, Foursquare Gospel Church, conducts the unveiling of the new corporate headquarters.
In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, in the name of God the Holy Spirit. God is the author of new things. And this is one of the new things that God has enabled them to do. And we believe that God is going to still lead them to do more.
With the new chapter opened, customers and clients of SYSTEMSPECS will look forward to an experience of the future.
Well, let's head to the Nigerian equities market now, which kicks off the new month on a bearish note, leading to a drop of more than 1% in the all-share index. Here's Akaite Afia with more details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Investors at the equities market began trading in the new month with a hangover sell pressure, which led to a more than 1% drop in the NSE's main index and a 160 billion naira loss in overall market value. The fresh round of sell pressure affected mostly high-value equities across the 5 main sectors of the stock market. The banking sector, which plunged by nearly 4% as investors take position ahead of the latest earnings from some big lenders. 24 stocks recorded significant price load shed, which were led by the nearly 10% loss in the share price of NCR, Forte Oil, and Cadbury Nigeria, while Law Union and Rock Insurance led other 6 gainers with a 10% increase. Meanwhile, total volume of shares for the start of the week ended with a moderate turnover of 251.59 million units in over 4,700 transactions, led by the shares of Zenith Bank, GT Bank, and FCMB. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Akaite Afia.
Thanks, Akaite. Meanwhile, stocks rose solidly on Monday, recovering some of the losses from the previous session's steep sell-off, but investors remained wary about the bounce as the coronavirus fears lingered. Here are some of the figures for today. And that's it on Business News. It's back to you, Ijeoma.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks a lot, BISI. An indigenous construction company, ENL Consortium, has raised the hope of completing the 32-kilometer Second Ibadan Circular Road project concessioned in 2017 by the Oyo State government. The 67 billion naira project is a bypass handled by ENL with over 20 years track record in civil engineering.
The 32-kilometer Ibadan Second Circular Road project was concessioned to ENL Consortium, which is an indigenous construction company, by the Oyo State government in 2017. According to the company, over 28% of the earthwork has been completed, and new equipment has also been secured to help with the other phase of the project. Some of the engineers who conducted journalists around the site speak on the company's capacity to complete the project.
These are the brand new equipments acquired by ENL Consortium for the purpose of this Ibadan Circular Road project. This is in addition to the equipment that the company has been using, and this one's just arrived about a week ago.
When completed, the Ibadan Second Circular Bypass will help ease traffic congestion, often caused by the heavy vehicular flow of travelers passing through the city to other parts of the country. To actualize this objective, however, the chairman of ENL Consortium appeals to the Oyo State government for support.
You will observe that when government open up new roads, rapid development follows. A good example is the present circular road in Ibadan. This second circular road will bring a similar development. Our lender and myself have been doing everything possible to sit down with the governor of the state, Governor Seyi Makinde. But apparently, this has not been possible. You know, it's not only the governor, but he also doubles as the leader of PDP in the entire Southwest region, which is an enormous responsibility. But we will continue to do our best to ensure the meeting takes place so that the project lender can have more confidence in supporting the project.
No doubt, the completion of this project will be a great relief for travelers and other road users who spend long hours in heavy traffic trying to get out of the Ibadan city centre.
Still ahead on the news at 10, China's stock market takes a hit from coronavirus as the country's top leadership admits shortcomings and deficiencies in their response to the deadly outbreak. And that's from our London studios and around the world in 5. Plus, new world number 1 Novak Djokovic vows to hold on to his ranking and end as the man with the most Grand Slam singles titles. That's on sports. Please join us again.